Hey, what's going on, bartender? Hey, let me get a Hennessy and Coke. Appreciate it. Man. I guess I won't be sicking no LUV up in here tonight, because all I see is Caucasians.
Sorry to bother you, but what's the name of the cologne you're wearing?
No mi tipo.
I've never heard of that one. Are you from around here?
I don't mean to be rude, but I'm not looking for no conversation, you dig? I'm just here to sip on my drink, get my thoughts together, and prepare for this YouTube video I gotta put out, time out.
Really? What's the name of your channel so I can check you out?
I'm assuming you hard of hearing, but anyway, my channel is Seeking LUV.
Seeking LUV? Are you really seeking love?
Hey, why don't you just move around and kick rocks, alright?
Well, excuse me.
You excuse. Now keep it moving.
You're a fucking asshole. What's your problem? Do you not see that I'm white?
Now what the hell is that supposed to mean to me?
I know it's every black man's fantasy to be with a white woman, so why are you playing hard to get?
On some real spit, you need to pump your brakes. It ain't never been a fantasy of mine to be with a white woman. And I don't know what type of Negroes you be approaching, but this ain't that. So before this get out of hand, I think you need to go ahead and walk away.
You are so full of shit.
Well, if you say so.
I think you're racist.
I think you crazy.
I'm not crazy. I just want to find true love.
I feel you and all, but the way you came at me was just straight disrespectful, and I can't get down with that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's start over. Hi, my name is Jennifer.
Well, Jennifer, they call me Mr. Hopeless Romantic, and it was not a pleasure meeting you, so I want you to take care and suck it easy. You know, when God gave us life, he also gave us free will to make our own decisions. Now, if you're a black man out here seeking LUV, you're only going to find two types of loves, black love and interracial love. Now, whichever type of love you choose, it comes down to your own personal preference. Now, if you ask me, I'll tell you to seek out that black love. I think we as black folks should stick together. I think it's hard for a mixed child that's growing up conflicted to really conform to his true identity, because he really doesn't know what his true identity is. You dig? But if you're a black child and you raised and both of your parents are black, you know your identity and you feel comfortable in your own skin. That's real talk. I think some people get so consumed with someone's complexion rather than their mentality, and that's going to be the downfall of any type of relationship, because you're going into it the wrong way. You dig? You're going into it closed-minded. You got to wait till your eyes adjust and see what's really going on. I would like y'all to think about it like this. The grass is not always greener on the other side. But on the flip side, you can't help who you fall in love with. Real talk. Now today I will be interviewing a young lady named Yaya Annise. She's an aspiring actress. I found her on YouTube. So without any further ado, what's happening, Yaya? How you feel?
I'm good, and yourself?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Let everybody know where you were born and raised.
I was born and raised in Long Island, New York, in a small town of Hempstead, near Hofstra University. I grew up there most of my life. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for about 4 months, and I came back here. I couldn't take it. It was too slow for me.
Okay. Now, what was your childhood like growing up?
My childhood was basically, my parents gave me the American dream. I grew up with both of my parents in the household. My parents are still married. I pretty much was given everything that I wanted as long as I worked hard for it, as long as I deserved it. So I've had a pretty good childhood.
Now, if you don't mind telling everybody, how old are you and what's your zodiac sign?
I'm 21. I'm an Aries, so I'll be 22 in March.
Now, let me ask you, are you biracial?
No. I'm African American. I do have things mixed in me, but I would never claim it because that's not what I was raised upon, and I don't know nothing about it, but I'm black. That's who I am.
Okay, that's what's up. Do you have any insecurities or any hang-ups?
The only insecurity I might have is my height, because I'm 5'2", and I feel like when I was younger, people used to tease me about my height. Like, I feel like people used to pick on me, so I kind of had like that Napoleon complex. So I have like low tolerance now, so that's my only insecurity. Other than that, I'm fine.
Now, Yaya, since you are a nice looking young lady, do you get turned off when a man only compliments you on your physical attributes?
Yeah, I do kind of in a way, because I feel like you're being disrespectful. Like, I don't want you, like a random guy come up to me and be like, yo, shorty, you got a fat ass. Like, You don't know me from nowhere, and that's mad disrespectful. If it was like somebody that was dating or somebody that I was dealing with at the time, and he compliment me in that way, I wouldn't mind. But I think most women would prefer to be called beautiful or, you know, gorgeous, not sexy, or your body banging. Like, we really don't want to hear that, because all we're going to think about is that you want sex. So I prefer beautiful and gorgeous.
Now, let me ask you this. How do you feel about black love and interracial love?
Oh, first of all, I love black love, because I was blessed enough to witness it growing up. I love it and I prefer it. Interracial love, I think, is beautiful too, because it's actually breaking down those racial barriers. I must say what I don't like about interracial love, especially when it comes from black men, that they always try to put down black women and try to belittle us and we're the reason why they date outside of their race. You know, or we always have attitudes and stuff like that. No one told you to try all the black women out there. And the generalization is disgusting to me, because it's like, don't correlate me for having a bad attitude with low tolerance, because it's not the same. So, I mean, I really don't mind it. I just don't like the BS that comes with it. I think it's beautiful. I mean, I dated outside my race plenty of times, you know, but I just don't like the stereotypes and the generalizations that come with it.
Have you ever been in love?
Yes, twice. But I was more in love with one than the other.
What was the craziest thing you ever done for love?
I did a lot of crazy things, but the one that popped up, that stands up the most, is like with my first love, my first everything. We was like 3.5 years of like age difference, and he was in college, I was still in high school, and I guess like he started smelling himself, and you know, I guess the college girls was, you know, all up on him, and he started cheating. So every night, I was like 16, 17 at the time, I would sneak out around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, roam the streets, and make sure his car was parked in front of his house. Because I was becoming insecure, because I'm like, what is it about these girls that he's starting not to see in me? So I just usually would like sneak out, stalk him, see if he was really where he was, whether it was at work or the gym. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I learned now. I would never do that now, but I mean, anything could have happened to me at that time. I could have got raped, I could have got kidnapped, anything, but I just need to know where he was.
Now, I want you to tell me, in your own opinion, what's the difference between having sex versus making love?
Oh, that's a tricky question. It is kind of hard to answer too, because I really do feel like sex is just like you're just becoming physical with somebody. But I think making love is more on a deeper level. It's more passionate. It's more, you're proving how you really feel and what you say through a physical action. It consists of more, you know, kissing, rubbing, and you're willing to go the extra mile to please your partner, the person that you love.
You know, I was with a female one time back in the day when I was a rough, and I was trying to run game on her. And I told her, yeah, you know, I want to make love to you. And she came at me like, well, how can you make love to me when we're not even in love? In love,
exactly. It has to be a mutual understanding, a mutual feeling. Because one can't make love to the other, because it will not feel the same. You will not feel, that spark will not be there. And you will know. You will know.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, what is your current relationship status?
I just got out of a relationship a couple of weeks ago, so I'm currently single, unfortunately.
What was the reason why y'all broke up?
Cheating. He was cheating. I didn't believe that he was still kind of involved with his ex. And I don't play those ex games. I kind of expect it now from guys, is the fact that if you let me know, if you let me find out, that means you really don't care. And I'm not saying that I'm settling for it, and I'm not saying that I'm putting up with it. It's just that I feel like in this day and age, with the generations that I'm dealing with, I'm growing up with, it seems like everybody's going to cheat. I'm not saying I'm not a cheater, but it seems like no matter if you're the schoolboy or the hustler down the street, you're going to cheat. And I respect the fact that he was honest, and we still have a friendship or whatever. But I just don't like, you cannot. I'm not with the sharing games. Like, I'm not sharing you with anybody, especially with somebody who did you wrong. So I had to call it quits. I learned from my previous relationships, and I began to go back into another situation like the ones I've been dealing with from before.
Now let's talk about dysfunctional relationships. What are some solutions that we can take to rectify these issues, especially in the Black community?
Well, honestly, first of all, communication is key to everything. You guys first have to communicate and see what the issue is. You have to find out what the problem is and then work on it. I also believe that whoever is causing harm in a relationship, whether it's just the man or the woman or even both of y'all need to take responsibility for it and admit it. Because being in denial is only going to make things worse. And you have to learn to work on those behaviors, whether it's partying all night, not spending enough time with your significant other, or, even just cheating. Learn to control yourself. If you want something bad enough, you'll do whatever that needs to be done to create something that you're willing to put up with, that what makes you happy. The guys that I used to deal with, I usually deal with the pretty boys, the boys that are very flashy, the hustler. That's the guys I used to deal with. But I think if you're trying to find somebody serious, I really think that you need to find a man that wants the same thing as you, that wants to work towards the same goals. Because you cannot be with somebody and y'all not on the same level. Like, I can't date a guy. Like, I'm putting myself to school right now. I have 2 jobs. I don't want somebody that's going to lay on the couch all day and make excuses for why things aren't going the way they want to. So as long as you have somebody with the same drive as you, that will make a perfect husband. And also have the same values and religious beliefs, because you don't want to come in dating, you don't want to marry somebody with, even though it can work, but it's also kind of hard to date somebody or marry someone that has totally different religious beliefs than you. And then you want to bring children into that as well. That's going to be kind of difficult. But I honestly believe you need to find someone with the same values, same religious beliefs, and that wants the same thing as you. Build something together. Because that's going to be the partner for the rest of your life. So you need to have some type of common ground. And it goes for men as well. Like, you need to find somebody who wants the same thing as you. Nobody that's lazy. Someone who's consistent and dedicated.
What is your ideal man?
My ideal man, I guess he has to be intelligent. Like, I try to go for guys that are book smart and street smart, because I can't date no dummy. I can't do it. Like, I was dating this guy one time, and he could not spell. I couldn't deal with it. Like, there's no way in hell I could deal with somebody that's older than me and can't spell the most simplest words. I like to date guys that could teach me a few things. It should be a learning experience for both of us. I like to date guys who are outgoing and open-minded. I like to eat different foods, whether from Indian to Ethiopian to, Caribbean food. If you only like to stick with one thing, it's not going to work. I like to experience different cultures, because that's just how I was brought up. As long as you're open-minded, loving, caring, and smart, and honest and loyal, we'll be fine. We won't have any issues, because you're damn sure going to get the same thing from me.
Now, when it comes down to a first date, who should pay, the man or the woman?
Who should pay? It's crazy. We were just debating on this on Twitter the other day. Honestly, I'm kind of old school, but at the same time, it's like I have tried to pay for the first date and see what the guy would do. Most of the time, guys tell me to put away my card, my debit card or whatever, and they'll pay, except for this one guy or whatever. And I knew that wasn't going to work. I really do believe guys should pay for the first date. After that, it shouldn't matter. I really do, but I don't mind. Like, after that, I don't mind. I could pay for the rest of them for all I care. Like, I don't really care about paying for anything. I just want to see where your head is at. So I really do kind of believe the guy should pay for the first date. And it shouldn't be like a $200 date either. It should be something simple, like going to Fridays or something like that.
Now, I want you to let everybody know, what was the happiest moment of your life and the worst?
That's a good question. I guess the happiest moment of my life was, I guess, like a year and a half ago. My father was on a kidney transplant list, and he was on this is his second transplant, actually, kidney transplant. And I came home I was on my way home from work doing an overnight, and my dad called me like, I just got a phone call for a kidney, and I'm going to get the transplant today. And I went with him. I was just so elated, and that makes me so happy, because it's like me and my father have such a close relationship. Like, Dad is like one of my best friends. So it's like, I thank God every day that this man is still walking on this earth, because I don't know what I would do without him. So that was pretty much the happiest day of my life, because I didn't have to see him on dialysis no more. I didn't have to inject him with anything. I didn't want to see him in pain no more. I really was watching my father die, and that was the most painful thing in the world to me. So I guess I could say when he got his kidney transplant, I was ecstatic.
Man, that was real touching, and I'm glad your father's up and running again. God is good, you dig what I'm saying? But let me ask you this though. What's your opinion on some of these reality shows, such as like Love and Hip Hop?
I'm kind of pretty much over it. I'm tired of seeing us as minorities, whether we're black, especially black and Latino women. We're always looking like some puppets, and we're always making a damn fool of ourselves. And it's like, it's entertaining, but at the same time, no matter what, okay, how can I say this? Like, ignorant people are going to watch this television show and going to be like, that's how all black women are, this is how all black men are, and it's how all Hispanics are. That's not the case. And it's like, is it money really worth it at the end of the day, like to put on a performance like this and fight over the dumbest things and, be settling for, a guy that's messing around with this girl that's all up in your face all the time, like, stuff like that. It's not cool. And what gets me mad is that these reality stars, or whether you're a reality star or whether you are a celebrity, they have to realize that they're role models at the end of the day. And that no matter, like, some people try to say, like, oh, well, we don't raise your kids. But it's like you have to take some type of responsibility for being a role model, whether you want to or not, because somebody's looking up to you. And I'm like, I can't stomach it no more. I really can't, because it's embarrassing. And like when I watch the whole Kim Kardashian thing that goes down, and I'm hearing that she's pregnant by Kanye, it's like, really? She's still legally married to somebody else, and she's having a baby by another man. Why is that okay? It's like, these people are making mockeries of relationships and what true love should be in marriage. It's not funny to me no more. And this is why, like, I'm afraid that I will never know what marriage is like, because it's like everybody's starting to mimic these reality shows and think it's acceptable to do the things that they do. It's embarrassing. Now,
here's my last question for you. Do you have any regrets?
I don't have any regrets. Some people find it hard to believe and not have any regrets, but I really don't, because at the same time, that's something that I wanted to do at that exact moment. And I just say it was a learning experience. So if anything that bad happened to me that I allowed to happen, I just take whatever I learned and apply it to my next relationship or the next situation or whatever. So yeah, I don't really have any.
Well, Yaya, I want to thank you for blessing the channel. Let everyone know your YouTube channel or where they can get in contact with you. Go ahead and put it out there.
My YouTube name is Yaya326. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram _Yaya Annise, which is spelled YAYAANNISE.